Galaxy wearing the white this afternoon. Wearing 000, it's Kangarooby. 008 is Graham Reaper. 009 is Millihertz. All right, back at it now. 2106 is Mamma Mia. 214 Siren. 2700 Filipina Fire. 321 is Rainbow Bite. 330 your captain Allison Thunderland. 39 is Rubelius. 429 Lily of the Alley. 517 the Curly Dervish. 606 is Nicoletta Vendetta. 713 McGrady. 732 Bonita Apple Boom. And 767 is Shameless. Give it up for the Seattle Derby Brats.
And playing in this game for the Rose City Rollers, Rosebuds All-Stars, we've got 101 TNT. 12 is Cherry Bomb. 16 is Harley Quinn. 24 Socket Tuya. 314 Elbow Bell. 324 Road Runner Over. 327 Scooby Doom. 408 Zoe Diggity. 46 Donna Dangerous. 503 is Scar. 52 Madness. 7 Quicksilver. 76 Captain Johnny Crash. 900 Fizzgig. And 926 Blockter Who. Give it up for your Rosebuds All-Stars.
All right, welcome everybody to the stream. We've got Game 5 of Brit City Riot 2024. I am Brett Poole, and I am here with...
I'm Jawbreaker. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. Thank you for being here, Jawbreaker. So we've got our first lineups out.
Looks like we have number 324 Roadrunner Over for the Rosebuds.
Ooh, and that looks like 214 Siren out for the Seattle Derby Brats. These teams played a couple of months ago. Really tough physical game up in Seattle.
Excited to see a rematch.
Yeah, this should be a great rematch. The crowd is in full force.
We're all excited here.
I'm pumped up.
Me too.
All right, let's do this. I see our head ref, Johnny Demonic, getting the crew ready.
A very important thing to do before a game.
I agree. I hear our number one fan, Don, getting the crowd all jacked up.
He's amazing at that. The best.
He really is. And there's the 5-second call. We're about to get underway. Oh, nice block. TNT freeze Roadrunner Over out to lead jammer status.
Scar there right at the front to catch Siren.
Gosh, that is tough. And Siren breaks away. Oh, Roadrunner. Nice kick up in their path.
Siren making their way around.
And there's the call off.
That looks like 3 points for the Rosebuds.
Oh, and they get the 0 for the Derby Brats. A good start to the game.
All right, looks like we have number 713 McGrady out for Seattle and number 16 Harley Quinn for the Rosebuds.
Lined up behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. Thank you, Jam on Hawthorne, for being a sponsor of Rose City Rollers.
Harley up to the front.
Ah, nice move, Harley.
Cherry Bomb making an effort to stop McGrady, but didn't work.
Boy, McGrady is
Sometimes
really
happens.
something. And Cherry's, I mean, getting around Cherry's no joke. Wow, nice hop. And Harley gets the call off, and another shutout for jam number 2. Picking up 4 points. And the Derby Brats still on 0.
We have number 7 Quicksilver and for the Rosebuds and number 39 Rubelius.
Rubelius. That's a great Derby name.
That is. I love Derby names with puns.
Scooby Doo at the front of the pack, playing some up. Wow. Oh, and that's lead jammer. Excellent work by Quicksilver to get through the pack.
Great force out by number 926, blocked her who.
Like 2700 Filipina Fire gave her some trouble at the front of the pack, but it wasn't enough.
Number 503, Scar with blocked her who, 926.
Looks like millihertz to the penalty box for the Brats on a cut penalty.
Rosebuds with a solid tripod in the back.
Both. Gosh, the Brats up front, too. That is a wall. Filipina Fire still giving Quicksilva a tough time. And gets the force out and recycle. Looks like Allison Thunderland to the penalty box. And a forearm penalty. Now Scar really locking down. And there's the call off.
4 points for the Rosebuds.
4 points. And it does look like millihertz made it out of their penalty box. Finished their Rebel Heart therapy before the end of that jam.
Zoe Diggity starting on that jam line for the Rosebuds. And looks like...
Oh, the Curly Dervish. 517 for the Seattle Derby Brats. Rosebuds will have a 4-3 pack advantage to get started. Fiskig with a nice block and the force out and recycle.
Both jammers recycling.
Oh, wow. We're going to play Derby in the other direction.
So
Diggity. Not sure, did they earn lead or not? Looks like the officials are trying to confirm. For the moment, they have not been declared lead jammer.
Nobody has lead jam yet.
Graham Reaper with the force out and recycle on Zoe Diggity before they get back on the pack. And now Zoe Diggity is declared lead jammer.
Cherry Bomb holding that jammer one-on-one.
Fiskig going to the penalty box. It looks like a head block penalty.
Zoe Diggity moving up, then gets forced out.
Big head out by Benita Appleboom.
Looks like they're going to the box.
But they are going to the penalty box. Bummer. That looked like such a good hit.
It happens.
Direction penalty. That's some, let's see. That's Mamma Mia going to the penalty box.
Zoe Diggity up front and out of the pack.
Picking up another, there's a 4-point pass. Counting down to 30 seconds to go in jam number 4. Holding the Rosebuds to 4 points is not an easy thing to do. And up there's Zoe Diggity through for another 4 points.
Curly Derby
Cherry
up
Bomb
to
with
the
the
front.
offense and the defense, getting the force out right as the jam is called. Rosebuds still holding the Derby Brats at 0.
Looks like we have Siren and Donna Dangerous out there on that jam line.
Oh, great matchup. We do have a bit of a diet pack going on for the Derby Brats. I don't envy that task. Millihertz doing all they can, but holding Donna Dangerous back one-on-one is not an easy thing to do. Nope. And now Millihertz headed to the penalty box on an illegal position penalty.
Siren forced out by Scar.
Wow, Donna with a nice move up at the front of the pack.
Siren through the pack.
Benita Appleboom picking up an illegal contact penalty on their way to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. We have a little bit of group therapy going on.
Looks like 4 points for the Rosebuds.
Ooh, it looks like 2 4-point scoring trips. Brings the total to 27-0.
Holding Seattle to 0 in that jam.
That rounds out jam 5. Each team will have 1 blocker in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box to start this jam. A little pivot start action going on. Let's see if they stick to it. Nope.
On that jam line, we have Roadrunner Over and McGrady.
McGrady. Oh, big force out recycle by Filipina Fire. And McGrady picks up lead jammer status, making their way past Cherry Bomb, which doesn't happen easily for anyone.
It doesn't, no. McGrady did a great job with that. It's like Roadrunner over out on initial. There's the call off.
And Lily of the Alley, it looked like, picked up an illegal position penalty.
4 points for Seattle. First
4
time
points.
they scored this
Yeah,
game.
that's great. They're on the board. We're just over 7 minutes away in the first period. 27-4. We still got a game.
Harley Quinn and Rube Bellius back out on that jam line.
Got a jammer rematch.
Ooh,
Digging it.
love those. Looks like we have a 2-2 start from the Rosebuds. Very effective start.
That sounds cool. I don't know what it means, but it looked like it worked
okay.
as Harley Quinn is now lead jammer.
Yeah, it did work. Rube Bellius still stuck behind that Rosebuds defense.
Ooh, big hit. Wow. Mamma mia. Well, they held back Harley as long as they could.
Got some offense going from Seattle. Ooh, wow.
Oh,
Harley Quinn with that great corner jump.
the Brats looked like they had an excellent tripod set up to give Harley a tough time. It just didn't work.
Yeah. Harley's jumps are incredible.
That's kind of what Harley does. Wow, nice spin move.
A little pirouette action there.
Kangarooby did what they could. TNT to the penalty box for the Rosebuds on a multiplayer. They will sit and get some Rebel Heart therapy. Mamma Mia with the offense.
Harley Quinn stuck behind that
Ooh, and the
Seattle
defense.
wall.
Wow. Mamma Mia.
That
Really
was a
causing some
great
problems.
first
As is Graham Reaper. And that's there we go. That wraps up that jam. So another 3 for Harley before the jam is called off. Brings us to 42-4 with 7 jams in the books. Want to go shout out to Two Town Cider House. Damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest.
Looks like Quicksilva and the Curly Dervish on the jam line.
Curly Dervish had a big game this morning.
They did. They did really well.
Ooh. Big hit by Johnny Crash as Quicksilva is stuck in the tripod at the back of the pack.
Cherry Bomb taking on the Curly Dervish one-on-one.
Filipina Fire holding the pack together. Now looks like Madness hoping to hold the pack together as well. We're getting a nice stretch. Oh!
Great force out from Johnny Crash.
And Cherry Bomb with the run back as TNT re-enters from the penalty box. Ooh, big hit by Filipina Fire, forcing Cherry Bomb out of bounds. Making at least a temporary hole for the Curly Dervish.
Quicksilva really, really pushing on that Seattle defense.
That Seattle defense is really locking down now.
Yeah.
Quicksilva with the left to right moves. Oh, walking the tightrope and breaks away to lead jammer status.
Tough Rosebuds defense in the back. Oh, and there's
we
a star
have
pass.
a star pass.
That
This
star
star
pass brought
pass.
to you by Two Town Cider.
Yeah. Boldly crafted, fresh pressed cider made right here in Oregon. Filipina Fire puts the star cap on just as the jam is called. That forces the call off. And
3
holds,
points for the Rosebuds.
holds the Rosebuds to 3 in that jam. It's still very much a game, 45-4. Coming down to 19 minutes in the first period.
Both these teams are just so fun to watch. Great derby.
Yeah, really suffocating defense.
Yeah.
And right now we'll have a full lineup of blockers as the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty to start the jam. Ooh. Zoe Diggity takes a hit and keeps on going. Looks like a no earned pass, so they will not be eligible to earn lead jammer status.
Siren can still earn lead,
Styron
though.
still can earn lead jammer status, but not before Zoe Diggity threw the pack to pick up 4.
If they don't take the cap off, they can get lead.
So what you're saying is that they remove the cap, they lose the ability to earn lead.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is how it happens.
Bonita Appleboom goes out of play. Returns Zoe Diggity back into that back wall. The pack held together by Nicoletta Vendetta.
Scar dropping a bridge.
Ugh. both of these teams. Really locking down. Zoe trying the spin move.
Oh, blocked her who. Amazing force out and recycle.
Graham Reaper also big force out. And there's Siren
Lead jammer.
earning lead jammer status. They decide they're going to run this. And, oh, so diggity the penalty box for some Rebel Heart therapy for a cut penalty. And looks like Blocked Who also headed to start some group therapy for a high block.
Seattle is going to start in a power jam.
8-3 advantage for the Rosebuds in that jam.
McGrady starting in a power jam.
With McGrady with some open track.
Yeah.
Woo.
I've never blocked them, but
I mean,
it would be difficult.
even if I tried, they would make me fall down a lot.
Yeah, I think me
Cherry
as well.
Bomb and Fizz holding the best they can. Oh, Cherry with force out and recycle. McGrady almost gets back in, but Cherry takes them to the back of the pack and says, we're going to do this again. Ooh, wow.
Wow.
Great move around the outside to dodge Fizzgig. Come around as our lead jammer as Zoe Diggity comes out of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box
With the
and
cap
removes the cap. We'll see if they try to get that to Cherry Bomb or not. Right now they're quite far away. And actually, they're not going to have a chance for at least the next 30 seconds. This Cherry Bomb sits for a forearm penalty. So, oh, so close. Almost made it through. Lily of the Alley says, not this time. Do over.
Ooh, incredible offense.
Wow, McGrady taking that offense from Filipina Fire.
Zoe Diggity still fighting to get through that pack, and, well, she got through.
Did Lily of the Alley now serving a forearm penalty.
McGrady close behind Zoe Diggity and ends up calling off the jam.
Wow, all right, that is the end of Jam 10.
12-0 in favor of Seattle.
Big jam for the Derby Brats. Want to mention one of our great sponsors, Porque No Taqueria, the sunniest place in Portland, voted the best tacos and Mexican food in PDX. As always, they get my vote.
Looks like Rue Bellius and Donna Dangerous on that jam line. Donna playing a little bit of jammer defense before taking off.
Very nice. Wow, the left to right movement.
Lead jammer, Donna Dangerous.
The Kangaroo gave them all they could handle, but gosh, trying to go left to right with Donna is no easy thing. Donna in on their first scoring trip as Fizz and TNT locked in. Oh, big offense by Mamma Mia. Donna through for their first scoring trip, picking up 4 points for the Rosebuds.
Great blocking by this.
Wow.
Both teams. This is great.
Donna with a nice slip of that block. And they get through on the outside to pick up another 4 points.
Donna taking a deep breath and continuing around the track.
Rubelli is still doing everything they can. That is a rough looking wall.
Donna bounces off Mamma Mia.
Ooh, Mamma Mia, big force out recycle. Kangaroo holding the pack up at the front and looking to play a little bit of offense. Kind of spring Rubellius, get them out of this initial trip, maybe score some points.
Just great slow defense. This is exactly what you want.
High block penalty on Mamma Mia. The penalty count fairly even right now. 8 for the Rosebuds, 10 for the Derby Rats.
When we're on the bench, our coaches always tell us to keep it slow and boring with our defense. Just make it boring for the crowd to watch. That's what they tell us.
That's great. That's great Derby. Good grinding defense. Oh, it looks like multiplayer penalties assessed to Scooby-Doo before the end of the jam. That's the Rosebuds answering with a 12-point jam of their own. extending the tally to 65-19 with 11 jams away. I see Roadrunner over lining up on the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast.
Looks like Seattle's swapping out their jammers.
Official timeout taken. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official sponsor, Welcome to PDX. Thank you for support of RCR. Also want to mention Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon.
We've got a diet pack here.
Diet pack. Ooh, wow. Yes. Looks like we'll have 3 Derby Brats blockers starting in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. That is about as much group therapy as you can have.
Exactly. Filipina Fire, the lone blocker for Seattle.
Well, that is definitely a blocker. Oh, wow.
Wow, that was an amazing hit.
Wow.
McGrady
And
lead
McGrady
jammer.
gets lead in a 4-1 pack advantage.
Very fashionably.
Wow, Mamma Mia. That's an MVP block, if you ask me.
I mean,
Wow.
really all of these players could be MVPs.
That's true. Calling off the jam, picking up 3, and it looks like Johnny Crash headed to the penalty box on a cut penalty.
2 blockers in the box for both teams.
I don't know if it's a diet pack. I'll call this a light pack.
Yeah,
I don't know.
less blockers.
Pack 0?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like Harley Quinn and the Curly Dervish. That's going to be an illegal procedure on Harley for not having her mouth guard in time.
That hurts. But
It's happened to me before.
That's an opportunity. And it's taken full advantage of by the Curly Dervish.
I love saying that name.
Yeah, me too. And Seattle's about to pick up 2 blockers. They will have a 4-3
Scar,
pack
force
advantage.
out.
Jeez, Scar with the force out. Oh, but we lose another Seattle blocker to the penalty box on a high block. As Harley Quinn stands, Johnny Crash is released from the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, but we are going to have a power start for Seattle. They pick up 2 in that jam, 65-24.
I mean, I would say right now that's what you want, a power start, but I think that's always what you want.
I mean, I wouldn't know from experience, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Since you do this stuff. All right, as we get ready to start the jam. 4-3
Siren
pack
out of the
advantage
jammer.
for the Rosebuds as they try to do some penalty kill. There's Harley Quinn leaving the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Got Seattle
Apparently
tripod
healed.
ready.
Oh, wow. Graham Reaper. Oh, and actually do get the force out. They missed, came back and got it again. Allison Thunderland rejoins the pack as Harley Quinn earns lead jammer status again.
It happens. She gets lead a lot.
Indeed it does. There's Siren. I thought Cherry Bomb may have forced them out, but the officials say no.
Sometimes we miss things.
Indeed we do. And then we watch it on a stream,
And then we facepalm.
and we go, "Oh." And that's okay.
Siren out on initial pass.
Big hit by Sakatuya.
Harley calls it off, getting 4 points, holding Seattle to 0.
Takes us 69-24 with just about 9.5 to go in the first period. Fast moving period. We are about to start Jam 15. And it looks like we're going to see McGrady lined up against Quicksilver. I think this is their first matchup of the game, head to head.
I think so, yeah.
Full slate of blockers for each team as our jam timer starts us. Wow, Quicksilver toeing the line. Wow,
Lead jammer Quicksilver.
that was walking the tightrope.
McGrady pushing hard on that defense.
And McGrady is really something. Look at that. I mean, wow. Make a move on block to who and Scar in the same trip. You're doing something right.
Yeah. There's a call off from Quicksilva with 4 points.
Team timeout for the Derby Brats, it looks like. Of course, this timeout brought to you by RCR's official sponsor. Welcome to PDX. Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of RCR since
Forever.
Gotta give a shout out to Ritual Dyes as well. Portland's local yarn shop with hand-dyed yarn, tools, and more. Owned by a parent of 2 Rosebuds skaters and also a Wreckers skater themselves. Derby is a family affair. Let's give a shout out to 187 Killer Pads and 888. Proud to be the official gear sponsors of the 4-time world champion Wheels of Justice and the Rosebuds All-Stars. Speaking of Wheels of Justice, you can get a chance to see the 4-time world champion Wheels of Justice at home on May 4th. Our RCR regional Rosebuds travel team will play in game 1 of a doubleheader, followed by Wheels versus Justice. Get your tickets at rollerderbytickets.com.
Back to Derby.
Back to Derby.
We've got
Pack extended out.
Zoe Diggity and the Curly Dervish.
Curly Dervish. Oh, making a big push up at the front, trying to get by Johnny Crash, only to run into Fizzgig. We'll call that out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Zoe Diggity lead jammer.
Kangarooby to the penalty box on an illegal contact penalty.
Cherry Bomb.
Ooh.
Recycle.
Big
Very
drawback
long
in recycle.
I see a lot of that.
I think you've experienced some of that.
I have experienced some of that. It's not a fun experience.
Fizzgig really locking down.
Zoe Diggity pushing up to the front. Big force out by Seattle.
Looks like the jam is called, potentially for injury. As we go into official timeout, I'll mention 888. The certified sweat saver, developed, tested, and trusted by the best.
And also, lots of trendy new merch just dropped. Rep your favorite teams and show your team spirit by shopping now at rosecityrollers.com/shop.
Good stuff. I
Yeah.
like fresh merch.
I love my Rose City Rollers merch.
So mention 187 Killer Pads, worn by the most pros in the world, and if you skate, well, you know why. All right, line up on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line. Looks like we have Rubelius and Donna Dangerous.
Great offense by 314 Elbow Bell.
Wow. 330 Allison Thunderland. Nice block to keep Donna Dangerous contained in the pack.
Ooh, nice save by Donna Dangerous.
Oh,
to stay
force out and
in.
recycle by Rainbow Bite. Donna's lateral movement, just incredible.
I don't know how she moves her skates so fast. Ooh.
Wow, nice spin move by Donna to stay up. They are now the lead jammer.
Rubelius with the cap off, looking for the pivot, and there's
Ooh,
the star
there's
pass.
the two-town cider star pass. Boldly crafted fresh press cider made right here in Oregon.
We got some offense going for Donna Dangerous. right as they reform their tripod. So
I see a direction penalty assessed to Blocked or Who. So
Scar trying to make that force out. Unsuccessful. It happens.
Great job by Filipina Fire. And there's the call off that will trap Blocked or Who in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's Black Sheep and Unicorns.
Got 2 points for the Rosebuds and none for Seattle.
Takes us to 79-28, ticking down to 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first period as we approach the start of Jam 18. Roadrunner over and Siren lined up. Oh, geez, Roadrunner over, just steamrolling blockers.
Running them over.
Oh. Wile E. Coyote says, I feel ya.
Great force out by Johnny Crash.
Wow. A direction penalty assessed to Nicoletta Vendetta. They will sit for 30 seconds in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And they will get company, and that will be Kangarooby also picking up a direction penalty.
Roadrunner over had a wide open lane and back out of the pack with 4 points.
Have you had to block Roadrunner over yourself?
Yes, it is extremely difficult. She's so nice though.
It seems like when they want to get through something, they get through something.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb and Fizzgig. Looking to trap Siren at the front of the pack. Oh, and there's Blocked her. Ooh, big hit. Roadrunner through for another scoring trip, taking their total to 16 for this jam.
Reforming the tripod for the Rosebuds.
And that is the third direction penalty of the jam on the Derby Brats, sending Nicoletta Vendetta back to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Wow.
That was crazy. She just stays in bounds so well.
Well, just before the jam was called off, we did have a Two-Town Cider House Star Pass. Looks like another team timeout taken by the Seattle Derby Brats. Want to use this timeout to mention Sasquatch HR, making nonprofit and small business workplaces better, sasquatchr.org. And also want to mention Dr. Tim Williams. Thank you for supporting RCR, RCR Sports Medicine Partner.
And hey, help make our sponsors happy by snapping, posting, and tagging RCR sponsor, and you could win VIP tickets to see one of our games.
Ooh. Taking a look at the penalty count, looks like the Rosebuds All-Stars are at 12, with the Derby Brats Galaxy at 18. So it's starting to get a little bit of a gap. No one in penalty trouble yet.
Looks like the most we have is 3, which is not too bad.
Not too bad. That ends the team timeout. We're at 103-28, 3:24 to go in the first period.
Ooh, great matchup, McGrady and Harley Quinn.
That is a great matchup.
Ooh,
Oh,
McGrady
runs into Scar.
McGrady
Wow.
taking the offense from the other team.
Wow. And that's something you don't see often. The cap coming off of Harley Quinn. Big force out.
That does happen.
That was Lily of the Alley forcing out Harley Quinn.
That's going to be a track cut on McGrady.
No, McGrady, I thought they were through for 4. They may still have the 4,
Yeah, they
but
might.
not through.
Harley Quinn out on initial.
Well, this jam will go the full 2 minutes as the lead jammer is now penalized.
Yeah, when you are lead jammer, get a penalty, you actually lose lead.
Well, that's a double bummer.
Yeah.
Wow. Another force out recycle by Lily of the Alley. Oh, the Derby Brats are giving Harley all they can handle.
Another force out by Lily of the Alley. Harley Quinn looks like she wants to call it, but unfortunately that's not going to happen.
McGrady comes back on the pack with the roar, runs into TNT. And now that tripod is formed at the front of the pack. 30 seconds to go in Jam 19, and Harley's still stuck behind that wall.
Harley Quinn taking
Cap
that
comes
cap
off again as they look for Scar. Lily of the Alley says, Scar, I want you as far away from Harley Quinn as possible.
Which is
great McGrady back to the penalty box.
Oh, star pass brought to you by 2-Town Cider to Scar.
I did not see the infraction by McGrady. It's
I
like
didn't either.
An illegal procedure penalty. That's often an equipment violation.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe another mouthguard penalty?
Yeah, possibly.
Could we have 2 in the same game? That doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I rarely see 1.
Well, this will be a power start for the Rosebuds All-Stars.
Quicksilver on the jam line.
And we get an official timeout. Of course, this and every timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. Let's have a shout out for our great sponsors, Menopause Northwest and Lionheart Kombucha.
And just a reminder, junior summer camp is filling up fast. 5 weeks of camp available from July 8th to August 9th. Register now at rosecityrollers.com.
Jawbreaker, is that open to select age groups?
It is open to 7 to 17.
Just 7 to 17. Now, do you have to know how to skate
No.
to come learn how to play roller derby? Okay, so you've never skated in your life. You can come to a Rose City Rollers Junior Derby camp and learn how to skate and play roller derby at the same time?
Yeah,
Sounds awesome.
it is awesome. I'm planning on counseling there, so you might see me.
All right, so that's some bonus information here. If you sign up, you may have Jawbreaker as one of your camp counselors. Lucky
I don't know.
day.
I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool, too. It's like the officials have taken care of what they need to take care of.
Looks like we have a pivot line start.
Both teams have a full complement of blockers. We're under a minute to go in the first period. And we do get a nice pivot start, actually.
Looks like Rosebuds are trying to hold somebody back.
Quicksilver makes their way out of the front of the engagement zone to earn lead jammer status. Unfortunately, heading to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is Shameless with a high block.
Quicksilver back out of the pack for 4 points.
Oh, big offense by Filipina Fire. Clears the lane for McGrady to get out. And as they go by Quicksilver, they will get the call off. We'll see if either team decides to take a timeout or if this period will come to a conclusion as the seconds tick away.
If they don't call a timeout, it will be halftime.
I see Coach Bling beckoning his team back to the bench, so that's halftime.
We have 111 for the Rosebuds and 28 for the Seattle Derby Brats.
We'll see you back in just under 15 minutes for the second half.
equation our design. Is it gravity, your heart and mine? All I know is the stars have aligned. I could count the ways you lit up my life, but I wouldn't try. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. Ask me anything you'd like. I could answer every why. Oh, you wake me up like the morning light. Even darkness can't dim your bright eyes. You're the rising sun, the kindest sign that we'll be alright. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Satellite. And when the skies are rough, the elements too much, our love will hold us up. We're made of titanium. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Oh, always satellite. Yeah, I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite.
Welcome back. We're about ready to start the second half. Before we do that, I want to give a quick shout out to all of our officials on and off skates. Johnny Demonic, Kira Duncan, Dropkick Daisy, Screw Lucy, Outrageous, Lemon Stinger, Space Racer, T Rebel Maker, Doof, Flip, Farrell, Pippa, Uni, Snow, Force Majeure, Lil Stabby, and Dreidel. Thank you for making Derby possible. Thank you to all of our volunteers for making this game possible.
And here we are in the second half.
Roadrunner wastes no time getting lead jammer status.
Siren up to the front of the pack
Oh,
and
wow.
is through.
Siren, nice move to get by Scar. Oh, great block out by Shameless. And that is going to be the end of jam number 1. Roadrunner over picking up 2. Good start. Brings us to 113-28.
We have Harley Quinn and McGrady.
Oh, this is a great matchup.
One of my favorite matchups.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of similarity in the way they move.
Yeah.
Like very bendy, above and below the waist, finding ways to move their bodies in opposite directions seemingly. Nope. Both follow the same line, but it looks like it might. No. Yes. Harley Quinn. Fancy move to pick up lead jammer status. And
McGrady forced out and recycled by Cherry Bomb.
Mamma Mia will be the first recipient of therapy from our Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box for the second period, picking up a direction penalty.
Got some offense going from Seattle, and it looks like it worked.
And McGrady is out on their first scoring trip. We'll see if Harley is going to allow them to get near the back of the pack, and that's a hard no. Harley says, maybe next time.
I'm nodding, and I think that you can see me, but I forget that you can't.
You know what? I'm going to just let the fans know that you are, in fact, nodding.
Yeah.
And we've got a timeout called. Actually, an official review taken by Seattle.
At the beginning of the half, that's kind of rare, but.
It is. Well, since I thought it was a timeout, I'll just say this timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. Let's give a shout out to a couple of our great sponsors, Portland Vital Signs and the Portland Mercury. Thank you for your support. Also giving a shout out to WSL Leadership Coaching. Do right by your people. Learn how at WSLleadership.com. So if I remember correctly, our fabulous volunteer coordinator, Babe, we love you. She told me at one point it takes 70-some volunteers to fully staff a game.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy to me. So being that we're so volunteer-driven, to make opportunities for all of these skaters to do what they do, you can volunteer with the Rose City Rollers. Go to rosecityrollers.com/volunteer.
We got a dance party on the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line.
Ooh. We got to pay Jam on Hawthorne a visit again.
Yeah, delicious.
What I've learned about Jam on Hawthorne, it is a popular place.
It is.
For good
yeah.
reason. It is worth the wait, but if you get there early.
Like early.
You will have first crack at their deliciousness. So looks like our head referee is in discussion with the rest of the crew. I don't think they're discussing their favorite foods from Jam on Hawthorne.
Probably not.
No. So what, Jawbreaker, some of your observations from the first half?
Really slow defense, which is exactly what you want.
Okay.
I've noticed a lot of jammers on, like, tiptoeing on the lines.
I have too. I feel like if I tried to do that, I would fall down.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I mean, I fall down a lot as well, even when I'm not tiptoeing on the lines.
Okay. I feel like I look sillier when I fall down than you, though.
Well, I mean, you just kind of, like, make it dramatic, I guess, if that's the right word.
Oh, yeah. I flail a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play derby, though. I just kind of twirl around.
Yeah, well.
Big
it
fan,
works.
though. Big fan.
Yeah, big fan of derby.
And it looks like our head referee has come to a decision and is going to deliver either sad or happy news.
Well, I mean, it depends what team you're rooting for, if it's sad or happy.
That's true.
And speaking of rooting for teams, feel free to drop what team you're rooting for in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Give a shout out. We would love to give a mention to whomever you're watching and rooting for.
Personally, I'm rooting for Derby.
I'm a big fan of derby myself.
Yeah.
As is 888, the exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR. Megs with the certified Sweat Saver helmet. It's designed for derby, vert ramps, and everything in between. And I gotta say, I saw their new gold glitter helmet last weekend. That thing looks sick.
It's so pretty.
It is beautiful.
Seattle requested a skating out of bounds penalty on the Rose Jammer. We determined that there was no contact that would have put them out of bounds, and so the Jammer had stepped out of bounds. We will be issuing a skating out of bounds on the Rose Jammer.
Okay, so
That is a skating out of bounds issued to Harley Quinn.
skating out of bounds, a rare penalty.
I'm not sure when it happened.
I don't know either.
We'll have to go back and watch it at some point.
I know, I mean, as you know, from being in those huddles, though, it's rare to overturn a call.
It is rare.
So when it's overturned, there's a good degree of certainty that several officials had eyes on the action and confirmed that, yeah, the penalty should be issued. Well, enough of me talking. We're well into a power start by the Derby Brats. 214 Siren, taking the pack all the way into turn 2.
And a Harley Quinn rejoining the track.
As Elbow Bell trying to clear a lane.
Siren lead jammer,
It's still stuck in that 4 wall.
which can happen. You can get lead and then get stuck again.
How does that work?
Well, when your hips pass everybody else's hips legally, you're declared lead. And if somebody else runs back in front of you, they can catch you, and you just have lead without an initial.
Okay, so your lead jammer when you pass everybody, and then you're in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Ooh, big hit by TNT, forcing Siren out as Harley Quinn is through. And Siren says, well, enough's enough. We'll call that a jam. 0-0. A rare 0-0 jam. Rosebuds All-Stars at 121. Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy at 28. 3 jams away.
Looks like Rubelius and Quicksilver on the jam line.
All right. I don't know that we've had this matchup yet.
We have not.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see it.
Me too. I'm excited to see all Derby though.
Oh, wow. Big hit by Cherry. Rubelius took it and then ran into Fizz.
His gig is an incredible blocker.
Oh, wow. Fizz with the force out and the recycles. The pack substantially extends and allows Quicksilver to pick up lead jammer status. And away they go on their scoring trip.
Quicksilver making their way up the pack,
Looks like the jam is called for injury. So we'll roll into an official timeout. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official sponsor, Welcome to PDX.
looks like 3 points on the jam for the Rosebuds All-Stars. Waiting for those to be put on the board. There we go.
And there they go. I'm going to give a shout out to a couple of our great sponsors, Trailhead Credit Union, Secret Aardvark. Thank you for your support. I want to mention the Skate Mobile is popping up at Secret Roller Disco Thursday, April 25th. Skate rentals are only $15. Roll and groove from 7 to 9 p.m. Go to Secret Roller Disco on Instagram for more details. Gotta say, it's a great time.
It is. Starting to get warm out.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
Perfect
be a
time
good
to
time
do
of
it.
year.
Yeah. All right. Donna Dangerous and the Curly Dervish on the jam
Curly
line.
Dervish is back. I feel like I could just say the Curly Dervish over and over
The
again.
Curly Dervish.
Such
the
a cool
Curly
name.
Dervish. The Curly Dervish. It's so fun.
Yeah. You just said it 3 times fast, so I don't even have to challenge you to say it 3 times fast.
Donna
Ooh,
Dangerous.
elbow bell with the offense, getting Donna Dangerous out of the pack.
Great effort from Lily of the Valley, or sorry. Yeah, Lily of the Alley to try and hit Donna out.
And unfortunately, Lily of the Alley is headed to get some Rebel Heart Therapy from the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Picking up a
Donna
direction penalty.
Donna Dangerous out for 4. That defense still locking down
Yeah,
on
just
Curly
suffocate.
Dervish.
I mean, blocked her who just, and well, I guess that's elbow bound, blocked her who, just squishing.
That tripod
Locking the
anchored by
Curly-
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, locking the Curly Dervish down. Scar keeping the pack together. Now, why would Scar, why not continue to block the Curly Dervish at the front of the pack? Why did they move back?
Well, you have to keep the pack together, and the pack is the largest group of skaters from both teams within 10 feet of each other.
Okay, so they start to get more than 10 feet apart.
That makes a no pack, and you have to stop blocking and reform the pack.
Good to know. Thank you very much. Like Lily the Alley picks up another penalty in this jam, a back block, and they will be joined by their counterpart from the Rosebuds. That'll be Scar picking up their first penalty of the game, a forearm.
Blocked her who, taking on Curly Dervish one-on-one.
One-on-one as the pack extends. I mean,
Great
gosh.
force out from Blocked her who.
Blocked her who. Is that a soul crush?
I would say so.
Soul crush, okay. I'm not super familiar with the hip terms, but it looks soul crushing to me.
Yeah, you're so close. Just one more person, and you're back locked up in that
And
defense.
that's the end of the jam. Donna picking up 4, taking us to 128-28. Oh, excuse me, so picked up another 4. Takes us to 132-28. 23 and a half to go in the second period. 5 jams in the books.
Rose Pivot standing in the box.
Looks like Scar in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, and we've got, looks like McGrady and Zoe Diggity lined up to go toe-to-toe. 4-3 pack advantage for the Derby Brats. Oh, Zoe Diggity, good move along the outside. And Shameless says, I will see you and raise you 1 block out of bounds. McGrady, our lead jammer.
Not a rare thing.
Zoe Diggity out, their initial trip to the pack. Ooh, big hit. Grady and Johnny Crash collide as McGrady calls off the jam. Did they get it in time?
It was in time.
It was in time, so
2-0 on that jam in favor of the
2-0.
Seattle Derby Brats.
and I feel like if you close your eyes right now and you didn't know what the score was, I mean, these teams are fighting hard.
They are.
The Rosebuds have had a couple of big jams to kind of spread the score a bit. But otherwise, the teams look fairly evenly matched.
Yeah.
Both teams hitting big, blocking tough.
Roadrunner over and Siren.
Back at it
Jammers.
again. Wow, Roadrunner over, stuck in that wall. But breaks through, says meep, meep, out of the way.
Roadrunner over pushing through that pack
Gosh,
and
waste no
wow.
time. Picking up 4.
Siren being chased by Blocked or Who.
Blocked or who says, yeah, I
Not
held you up
today.
long enough.
You can only go so far away
That's
from the
enough.
pack.
That's enough for one jam. As they fall to their knees, and wow, that was a pretty acrobatic call off.
Yeah, and fashionable 4 points.
Yeah, a fashionable 4 points. I feel like if I tried that, it would be my face sliding across the track surface.
Yeah,
I don't think I have the kind of balance and skill that Roadrunner Over just showed.
Yeah, I try to do the things that Roadrunner Over does. She ends up out of the pack. I end up on my face.
Okay. You know what? I know there's a face palm emoji. I wish
Yeah.
there were a face plant emoji. I feel like
Yeah.
I could identify with that.
Yeah.
We've got a direction penalty on Fizzgig, sending them to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
The Curly Dervish is back out on the jam line.
Harley Quinn, lead jammer.
Force out and long recycle by Cherry Bomb.
000 Kangaroo on their way to the penalty box, picking up their 4th penalty, a forearm. That's the second Seattle skater on 4 penalties. Actually, no, the 1 on 4 and the alley on 5.
Ooh, wow. Huge
Ooh.
hit from Johnny Crash.
Jeez, Johnny Crash, wow. I see Madness headed to the penalty box on a pack destruction penalty, and Johnny Crash picking up a low block for their effort.
Fizzgig and Cherry Bomb, the lone blockers for
Fizzgig.
Rosebuds.
Oh, this gig.
Big hit.
Wow. Big force out at the front of the pack by Bonita Apple. Boom. There was plenty of boom on that hit. Oh, gosh.
Cherry Bomb,
Cherry
huge
Bomb.
hit.
Another hit. Big hit. Oh, but our officials say not a legal hit. Multiplayer penalty assessed
Cherry Bomb
to
taking.
Kangarooby. Oh,
Harley Quinn taking an attempt at the apex jump.
and looks
Seattle
like
says no.
we have another jam. Apparently called for injury.
I think Harley called it off, actually.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Just a quick update. The penalty assessed to Cherry Bomb on that big hit, that was a back block penalty.
Oh, okay.
Based on the conversation it looks like Darth Bling is having, they disagree. Jam gets underway. Quicksilva taking on McGrady. Oh, gosh, both of these walls, vicious. And both a 3-wall. Each team with one skater in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, although Kangarooby is out.
And so is Cherry Bomb.
And therapy session is over for the moment.
We have all of our skaters in the pack. This looks like a difficult jam that I would not want to be out there for.
Wow. I mean, and I've said it before, would fall down a lot if it were me. Now Quicksilva, oh, wow. Big recycle by Kangarooby. I thought Quicksilva was going to walk the line and make it out. Kangarooby said, maybe next time.
Quicksilva working her way up. So is McGrady.
Filipino Fire looking to play some offense. Ooh, big hit on Blocked Who, and then comes back with another on Cherry Bomb.
TNT heading to the box.
TNT heading to the box. Looks like a forearm penalty on TNT. Their second penalty of the game.
Scar and Cherry Bomb up at the front of the pack. Blocked Who joining them.
4-3 pack advantage for the Derby Brats as McGrady is through for lead jammer. Ooh, and they take a well-earned deep breath.
And fixing their knee pad.
Fix their knee pad, as you do. Wow, nice
Ooh,
spin move.
big
Oh,
hit.
gosh. Wow.
Props
Filipina
to,
Fire.
props to Quicksilver for getting back up. I don't know if I could get back up after that.
And all the while, McGrady slips through the pack, picking up another 4 points for the Derby Brats. And that will be the natural conclusion of the jam, reaching 2 minutes. 152-38 after the Brats pitch a scoreless jam to the Rosebuds, picking up 4 themselves. Almost 16 and a half remaining in period 2 as we close out jam number 9.
Rubelius and Donna Dangerous.
They meet again.
One of my favorite matchups so far.
Yeah. Battle of the Nimble. Wow, big collisions. Jeez.
Full of big hits and excitement.
Rubelius pushing hard. Looks like that's socket to you. Fizzgig holding strong at the front of the pack. Donna stuck on Bonita Apple Boom. Graham Reaper getting a piece of that too.
No pack called.
Oop.
Cherry Bomb dropping the bridge.
Cherry Bomb and Mamma Mia say, let's keep this pack together. Let's keep a good thing going. I guess a good thing?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean,
I guess you can't play Derby without a pack.
that's true. Mamma Mia playing some
Mamma
offense
Mia
for
with
Rubelius.
big offense. Wow. And
Looks like
sent to the
on
penalty box. Looks like for a forearm. That's number 4 for them.
Extremely strong walls from both teams.
And Johnny Crash headed back to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Donna barely staying in bounds.
Donna Dangerous, lead jammer. So quick update. That was a high block on Johnny Crash. Their 4th of the game.
Cherry Bomb and Fizz Gig at the front, joined by Socket. No pack called. Seattle moves up.
Mamma Mia back. Probably looking to play some offense as Fizz Gig is sent off the track. And their 2nd head block penalty of the game, giving them 4.
Big hit by Cherry
Oh my
Bomb.
goodness.
That's going to be a low block
and
penalty.
a low block assessed to Cherry. I did not see low contact. And
Well,
our
I mean,
front pack ref said, I did, and I'm right in front of it.
I'm
So-
all the way up here. They're all the way down there.
Yeah. I think that's one thing I notice watching game film is sometimes I'll see calls that I make from the film and I'll go, gosh, that looks like a terrible call when we don't have the best angle up here.
Yeah.
Being right in front of something, unsurprisingly, the best way to look at it. So perhaps Rosebuds looking to call a timeout here as the lineup time ticks away. And that's Darth Bling taking the timeout. Their 1st of the game. Of course, this timeout brought to you by RCR's official sponsor and RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
Officials taking their water breaks, which, good idea. Stay hydrated.
I agree. While probably not the best thing to hydrate with during the game, you want to stick to water. I do want to give another mention to Two Town Cider House. That's damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest. And if you've not tried, Two Towns, I don't know, earlier this year, maybe late last year, they released a couple of non-alcoholic ciders that are absolutely delicious. So, cider for everyone. As this timeout wraps up. Celebrate the biggest junior fundraiser of the year at Rose City Rollers. We've got a bounce castle, face painting, dunk tank games, and more. That's Sunday, May 19th at the Hangar. RoseCityRollers.com for more information. Roller Rally. It is a good time for all.
Siren and Zo Diggity starting.
Diggity. Whoa! So Diggity with the leap. And Siren in hot pursuit.
Fancy hop.
Is the pack going to go or are they going to stay?
Looks like they're going to
I
go.
love a good fast. There we go. I love a good fast pack.
So fun.
Think stretch out Zo Diggity
Ooh,
with another hop. And they decide, hey, we're going to run this Cherry Bomb out of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
I mean, honestly, why not run it at this point?
Yep. Oh. Siren left. Oh. Ooh, gosh. Big collision.
Zoe checking in with Siren.
Zo Diggity forced out by Graham Reaper, unfortunately. Directly into Siren. Oh, Fizz Gig.
Big hit.
And
looks like they're going to the box for that.
They're assessed a penalty for using a forearm.
Which you cannot do if you didn't know.
Well, I know now.
Siren staying in bounds.
Oh, Zo Diggity tried to walk the tightrope on one leg. Are they going to keep the jam running?
One leg is a difficult thing to
Ah,
do.
my goodness. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Would fall down a lot.
Yeah.
Filipina Fire just locking down that back wall. Fizz Gig leaves the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, and Zo Diggity says, let's call that a jam.
Yeah.
Jam 11 ends 12-8 in favor of the Rosebuds, 167-49. 12:20 remaining in the second period. As we will see a rematch, one of my favorite matches of the game.
I think this might be my favorite matchup.
That's McGrady
And Harley Quinn.
and Harley Quinn line up behind our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line. Thank you, Jam on Hawthorne, for sponsoring our Jam line. Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast drink. And I can barely get that readout before McGrady clears the pack and becomes our lead jammer with Harley Quinn in hot pursuit.
Very close behind.
Oh, McGrady on the inside line. Kangarooby trying to clear the lane. unfortunately assessed a direction penalty. I mean, it's sure,
happens.
you know what? It looked cool, though.
Yeah. I mean, if it looks cool, it's worth the penalty.
I got to say, like, you know, again, don't know how to play derby. Some penalties look like they're worth it.
Yeah.
Like, man, I just got my jammer through. They did something sick. All right, you know what? Maybe I'll take a penalty.
Yeah, for me, one of my favorite things is getting the jammer out of bounds and my teammates catch up. Even if I go to the box, they're stuck again.
Unfortunately, that is the 6th penalty for Kangarooby.
Roadrunner over through the pack, lead jammer, which we've seen a lot recently.
Scar headed to the penalty box for the Rosebuds, picking up a direction penalty themselves. Rubelius pushing hard against that wall. Scooby Doom, TNT. Looks like elbow bell.
Looks like Roadrunner over is out with 3 points. Ooh, wow.
Wow.
The height on that jump. 4 points.
Wow. Big jump. That takes their total to 7. I assume that means they had
They probably had a no pass. I didn't see the hand signal, but I saw them hold up 3 points, so.
Can you describe no pass, please?
I think you should describe that because I don't know how to put it into simple words.
Okay, well, let's see. First, let's see. It looks like that's Alice in Thunderland in the penalty box, picking up their 4th, a forearm. So no pass, no earned pass. Means you got past somebody, but you didn't do it upright or in bounds.
Yeah,
So-
that's a better way than I would have explained it.
You got to be upright. You got to be in bounds to score points when you pass somebody.
So you didn't pass them, but it's also not a penalty.
Yep, which happens. Ooh.
Great move by Roadrunner over, but trips over, skates. It
Like
happens.
Millihertz on the outside to give them enough trouble to force them back to the rear edge of the pack.
Got some offense going from Elbow Bell.
Now they've got to deal with Rosebud's wall in the back. Up at the front.
Rebellious moving up to the front, and that jam is called.
See, the Brats really locked down
It's going to be 2
that last
points
scoring
for the
trip.
Rosebuds.
Yeah.
It brings our total to 180.
We're going to have to work hard for those 2.
Yeah,
Brats really locked them down at the end of that jam. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty to start jam number 14. Under 9 minutes remaining, 180 to 53 in favor of the Rosebuds All-Stars.
Donna Dangerous and the Curly Dervish.
Good matchup.
Yes.
Zoe Diggity, Johnny Crash trying to hold up the Curly Dervish. Long enough for Donna Dangerous to get out and get lead jammer status. Nice assist by Madness to spring them free.
Donna Dangerous doing her jukey things and is out through the pack for 4. Force out and recycle by Cherry Bomb. Donna out again for
Another
4.
4.
Got some offense going. Ooh, big
Big hit by Cherry Bomb.
which I've said
Ugh.
a lot this game.
Curly Dervish took a shot. They were moving at a good clip, and wow. Referees say no pack. Everybody gets back together.
It's all good.
Donna Dangerous around, trying to make a forced scoring trip. Tight roping the line on the inside. Johnny Crash just stuffing the Curly Dervish.
Big hit by Benita Appleboom.
Ooh, that was a big hit. Looks like Donna is going to call it off. And let's see.
3 points.
Picking up 3.
Jam total 15.
That is a rough way to earn 3 points.
It is, yeah. That brings our score to 195 to 53 in favor of the Rosebuds.
Want to give a holler to Trailhead Credit Union and Secret Aardvark. Thank you for supporting RCR. Also, don't forget to visit your neighborhood Big's Chicken, 808, and Riverhead's Barbecue. Zoe Diggity and McGrady with a full complement of blockers. We'll see Zoe Diggity become lead jammer, and McGrady says, I'm right behind you. Here I come. See what Zoe Diggity does. Oh, wow, Zoe Diggity.
Zoe Diggity taking that big hit after the apex jump.
Gosh, Filipina Fire. Again, a big hit from Filipina Fire. Wow.
They're great at that.
I think what we've seen today from Zoe Diggity is if you give them access to that inside line in the turn, they are probably going to leave their feet.
Yeah.
And it usually works out well. We have a fast pack going as McGrady and Zoe Diggity go around. Blockers aside. We're going to slow things down. McGrady side surfing around the Rosebuds All-Stars up at the front of the pack to pick up 4. That just looks sick.
So cool.
And not that, I mean, I can't do it, but if you could side surf around someone on the outside, that just looks amazing.
Yeah.
.201 to 61.
Looks like Rosebuds are starting in all 4 corners of the track.
I'm going to say that's another thing that looks cool. Have no idea what it is.
I mean, from this position, you can really go wherever you want.
Okay.
Looks like they're going to have 2 people on offense and 2 people on defense. And now we have 3 on defense.
Mamma Mia, big block. Try to spring their jammer. Siren free, and they do. Siren lead jammer.
Harley Quinn close behind.
Harley Quinn very close behind. And the pack says, let's run a little bit. Siren with the call off.
3-point Seattle.
Picking up 3, holding the Rosebuds to 0. 201 to 64. Under 4.5 remaining in the game. Coming up on Jam 17. And we're going to see, looks like Quicksilva and Rubelius facing off. Quick penalty update. The tally is reasonably close. Rosebuds All-Stars at 24. Galaxy at 30.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too big of a disparity. Only a handful of players combined in any kind of penalty trouble. But as the minutes wind down, hopefully everyone is able to finish the game. Quicksilva, big push. Gosh, Lily of the Alley has been all over these Rosebuds jammers this game. And again, with the force out recycle. Headed to the penalty box. That is Allison Thunderland picking up a back block.
Looks like that's going to be a track cut on Quicksilva.
Quicksilva with the track cut. I believe lead is still open.
It is.
Not
Rubelius-
for Quicksilva.
Yeah.
But Rubelius can
Rubelius
still
has
lead.
a chance to get out of the pack and get lead jammer.
Unless,
Unless they take the cap off.
or.
They have a no pass, no penalty.
So as we see the cap in their hand, that tells us
No lead jammer.
this jam will go the full distance. They pass the star. Filipina Fire, now our jammer.
Really pushing on that Rosebuds defense. Great force out by Block Who. Quicksilva pushing through the pack on the inside line. Putting the cap back on.
So Filipina Fire now wearing the jammer cap and is forced out by Scar, who does the one handstand to stay upright and in bounds.
If you have one hand down, you are still upright. And you can have an entire arm out of bounds and still be in bounds.
So one hand still up. One arm still in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to remember that.
Looks like 2 Rosebuds running into
So
each
a
other.
Rosebud collision near the Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
I run into my teammates a lot, actually. So
I want to mention our Junior Intro Series to Roller Derby. Roller Derby provides a safe and supportive space for youth. Join RCR's Junior Intro to Derby series beginning this month, ages 17 to 17. Go to rosecityrollers.com/join.
Speaking of Rose City, Roadrunner over, out lead Jammer.
Curling Dervish trying to get past Fizzgig and Madness, while Roadrunner over does the best they can to get around Graham Reaper. It's like Mamma Mia back there too, holding the pack together. We tick down towards 1 minute remaining in the game.
This could be the last jam.
It could be. Bonita Appleboom, gosh, they are playing lights out. Shameless with the force out and recycle on
We got some
Roadrunner.
offense going from Mamma Mia.
Wow.
Roadrunner over, escaping the pack.
Wow. Nice shove by Madness to get Roadrunner out. Johnny Crash doing the best they can to hold up the Curling Dervish. We're under 30 seconds to go.
Amazing juke to the outside by Roadrunner
Waning moments
over.
of the game. Yeah, wow. Nice move. Looks like a forearm penalty assessed to the Graham Reaper. That is their first penalty of the game.
Big hit from Bonita Appleboom.
Oh, gosh. And a big hit from Johnny Crash, it looks like. The period clock has expired. We are on jam time. And Roadrunner over says jam time's over. Got our unofficial score, 213 to 64. Excuse me, 217 to 64. That's why it's unofficial.
In favor of the Rosebuds.
In favor of the Rosebuds. Great game.
Yeah.
Hard-fought game.
Just amazing defense.
Both teams really brought it, each after playing a game earlier today.
Which is hard to do.
It sounds hard. It looks hard.
Yeah.
Well, both teams should be able to get a good night's rest before returning here tomorrow. We'd love to see you back for day 2 of Bridge City Riot 2024. That's our final score, 217 to 64. Rosebuds All-Stars. Congratulations on a win. We'd like to see you all back here tomorrow. Thank you for supporting Rose City Rollers. Have a good night.